Okay, so here is the jumbuck fired up for the first time. I've got no meat in here, so I know there's white smoke. I'm just doing a burn off. I've got sprayed the thing with canola oil, so I've got the creosote firing up just to season it all up. Alright, so I wanted to show you whereabouts it was leaking from. So I haven't done any sealing on this, so I'm getting a little bit of leakage around where this top half folds over. I'm also getting a leakage around where the sorry, can't see that. I'm also getting some leakage around where the warming rack, they call it, the top rack comes out, because it's just a hole that pokes through, so that way the warming rack can just go through the sides and go up and down. So I would probably just leave this off. I'll probably just take this off and then just seal that hole. We'll get a little bit of smoke coming out around the bottom of the chimney there, so I'll silicone around that. I'm going to put some fiberglass rope around where this joins, and if we move over to this side, I haven't got too much coming out between the firebox and the body, the cooking chamber, but I do have some leakage coming out around this this lid, so you can see I've got a lump of jar in there and some charcoal. So I do have some smoke coming out from around that join just there. So I'll just put some fiberglass seal just around that, so that drops on. I might not. I might seal up the cooking chamber and then see how much that actually affects. It might be fine, because there's not that much smoke. If I needed to, I could probably put some weight on there or something. So I'm still not too sure about that. But I was actually surprised at how little is leaking from, because obviously this is a flat pack. You've got to put it all together. So there's 50 bolts in this, and I was surprised at how, like, see, it's not leaking out of these bolts and nuts. Which, if it was, I'd just put some silicone over it. I've got that appliance silicone, which you've probably seen. So just to recap, it needs some seal around the top half of the drum, some way of fiberglassing it. I've got some fiberglass out the back. I'll silicone that up, and it needs that warming rack taken out. If I don't think it's going to be used anyway, for me, that's up to you. The other thing I would do is, this is probably a pretty shitty thermometer, but I'm going to put one on this side and one on this side. I'll leave this one in because there's 3 holes for that, but actually there's a little bit of smoke coming out from around the thermometer as well. So I'll put one on this side and one on this. Another thing I'm going to do is look at see how it goes with temperature, but I'll probably look at putting bricks, and I might actually just put lava rocks on that bottom. There's a charcoal pan on the bottom, so you can use it without the firebox, but I think I'll just put some I might put some lava rocks on the bottom there to help distribute that heat if I get an uneven workflow. The other thing that might happen is I might put a dryer exhaust around this, and run that down to here, so that way the exhaust is down at the grilling temp. So these little things I've got to watch when I get my temps, when I start working through temps. So that's it for starting. So you can see there is a fair bit of smoke leaking out of it, but it's mostly around where all the lids are. So that's the first step, is to seal the lids and to seal around the chimney stack. Anyway, I'll keep you up to date as I keep moving along.